Hey everyone, welcome back to Rotom Radio. This is our actual official first episode, so we're super excited to be here. I think we've worked out a few technical kinks, and hopefully we will be doing this in a kind of a bi-weekly format, so probably twice a month. And we have, again, John, Sam, and myself, Paul, PokéJungle. So quickly, I'll let the other hosts reintroduce themselves. So, John.
Hey everybody, it's John, content creator of Pocrates and also a writer here at PokéJungle.
And Sam.
Hey everybody, it's Sam. I'm moving on the website. I do the design and other things too. Do you want to introduce yourself too, Paul?
I'm Paul, I'm PokéJungle. I love bug-type Pokemon.
Very good. So we'll start with the Pokemon GO news. So Niantic have announced that they're trying to sort of make it more possible to play the game from home, so you can do raid battles and just general improvements from home rather than having to go out and get sick, maybe. So, John, do you still play Pokemon Go?
My Pokemon Go days were numbered when my Pokeball Plus started to malfunction, so I haven't been playing Pokemon Go in about a month.
I see. And how long have you had the Pokemon Go Plus for?
Since Let's Go Pikachu came out. It was really helpful when I was commuting. It would just grab all the Pokestops, and now it doesn't do anything.
So you didn't...
It just does nothing. I mean, it works with my games, but that's it.
I kind of want to buy one. Like, I don't know. I was really torn, like, whether or not I should splurge for it when Let's Go came out. But it does look cute, and, like, I don't know. It seems helpful, if, you know, for just walking around without having to whip your phone out.
Yeah. And I mean, you kind of, like, get that sense of, I'm a real Pokemon trainer when you're, like, holding the Pokeball Plus.
Hopefully not, swinging it around in public, but you get
not dangerously.
Just the knowledge that it's in your backpack, I guess.
Right.
Have they released Plus yet? Or is that still...
Oh, that's right. They did. They were going to do something else about that, weren't they? Like an improved
one. They
one.
announced what that does yet?
I don't know. They're probably... Maybe when Pokemon Sleep comes out, they'll, have more details, I guess. But I don't think that's necessarily related to Sleep, but...
We'll see.
I'm
we know nothing about Sleep.
Yeah, that's true. We no one knows anything, so... It could be
Hasn't it been almost a year since that was announced?
You have to wonder what's going on.
I know that the Twitter... Everybody thought that they were teasing it on Twitter, didn't they? Because they were constantly tweeting good night gifs and stuff.
And lately they've been doing like the starters, Kanto starters. What's that about?
I saw the Wartortle one, talking about his skills or something, but...
They've done all of them.
Never know.
They just got to Blastoise and finished, so... I don't know.
Make it an announcement.
I'm actually a huge Pokemon Go player, though. Not like a huge one, but like big casual player, I guess. So anything that the Niantic is doing to make it easier to play from home is hugely appreciated by me. And I think if we can raid, especially with friends, just from the couch because of the situation outdoors now, that'll be pretty great. Because I'm missing out on stuff right now that looks fun, but I just can't, do it. So,
is it the same sort of experience there? Is it like, I know in Japan there's stops and there's stuff basically everywhere. Is it the same where you are now? Because I never really played back in the UK, so I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, my life has become much harder in Pokemon Go wise, just because I live in Minnesota, so I have to drive. And I think largely in America, you have to drive if you're not in a big city, There's the nearest Pokestop is probably like a 15-minute walk for me, which is fine. I can get some exercise, but there's not a huge raiding scene. Like if there's a 5-star raid, I'm gonna have to check my town's Discord. Luckily, we do have a Discord server, just to see if there's only gonna be one attempt usually. So that kind of sucks. But I think this could be kind of a revival almost, because people will actually be able to take on raids, even if they're in rural areas.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever raided. I think maybe when Lugia came out, I did one. Other than that, I've never.
Well,
that was when I did play.
Yeah. Dude, we played together because we went to the Yokohama Pokemon Go Fest, so don't pretend like you never play. Although your phone did not work that day.
There were too many people.
I think I let you
I've done a few of the Pokemon community days, and those raids are a lot of fun when there's a lot of people there, so I can see the intrigue, but it's going to hopefully be similar if it's going to be remote,
I will say,
probably not going to be too much like voice chat or anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, it would be fun, like to have Discord. If they're organized, like everyone hops in a Discord chat room. But yeah, for sure, no. I don't know.
I wonder if they're
social.
Gonna, maybe change the rewards slightly or something. Maybe give you. I suppose in the situation they wouldn't really want to, but I wonder if in the future they will. Sort of, if you raid from home, you get less rewards, whereas if you're actually there, you get something slightly better.
I feel like they're gonna take away or heavily neuter any features that they introduce right now, but that's just me.
I agree with that.
But anyway, let's jump into the other Pokemon game app, and that is not Magikarp Jump. Surprisingly, that we're actually talking about Pokemon Masters. Because there was Sabrina and Alakazam, obviously an iconic duo, although Sabrina and Gengar might have been fun too. But basically, Guzma and Golisopod, is that how you guys pronounce it? Sometimes, I never say these Pokemon names out loud,
Oh, me neither. I say Golisopod.
Golisopod?
Okay, we all say it differently.
No, I'd say Golisopod.
Okay, I say Golisopod.
I think of it as a Goliath. The strong Goliath bug type to defend me. But then he jumps out as soon as he gets hit by an attack. But basically, yeah, obviously there's Plumeria and Guzma now in Pokemon Masters. That game had a slow start. I mean, it was kind of watching a train wreck happen because people were so excited, so hyped, willing to just shovel money into this game, and then it came out and it's like, oh, this is not really fun. And I feel like interest
I think that you just
really dried up.
Sorry. I totally relate to what you just described because I started on the game day one, was looking forward to it. I think I even had it pre-downloaded, and then when I played it, I was happy with it for the first, day or two, and then it just sort of lost steam. I felt like it was too hard to get stronger.
Yeah, I don't think myself, I didn't really understand that you would have to use those training manuals to level up. I just was used to Pokemon, you battle, you level up, but that's not really the grinding style of the game.
And those training manuals had a huge difficulty jump. I remember the first two would be somewhat easy, and then I can't remember if it was the hard or the very hard one. It would just it was way
the training courses,
way more difficult.
Yeah.
There was a huge difficulty spike.
Them adding the numerical difficulty score definitely helped, I think, that issue, because then you knew okay, my team is way underpowered for this, or I can just sneeze and this team's gonna be done. But what I was gonna say though is I think the game has really come a long way, because I think they realized, oh hey, players aren't happy. we got to do something. And I think a lot of the improvements have made the game a lot more fun now. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I played that when it came out and it sucked, I would honestly just give it a second chance, because some of the events have been fun, and I don't know. I think I've been enjoying it more now.
I think they've added a lot that you can make it more customized, I guess, as well, with the egg things, haven't they? So it's not just you have to use this, nothing else.
Well,
with the eggs, you can sort of...
Those are coming.
They're not released yet? I thought they were.
Unless I'm missing.
Well, they will then.
They will. And if there's a Swaddle, I'm going to be hawking that game on Twitter every day. Guys, download this.
I do think the developers have done a good job, since the release. They've been, I don't know if it's monthly, releasing the update things on their website. I think they've been pretty good with that, being transparent about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. It's nice to see. And
actually, I think I would like to address this in an article, but just if you look at the way Niantic has handled Pokemon Go and the way DNA has handled Pokemon Masters with the director's letters and stuff, I think that's the way to go. Because Pokemon Go, yes, we get news updates about what events are coming, but there are big issues, and their support, their social media coordinators don't address it at all, and fans will be like, okay, hey, this is kind of whack, why can't we do this, why can't we do that? But there's just such, I don't know, there's so little communication from Niantic about these long-standing issues.
Especially when they charge. I think the one of the biggest issues is whereas in Pokemon Masters you can essentially do everything for free, just depending on how much you pay. But there are so many issues that I've seen in Pokemon Go with people paying for stuff and then not getting them, not having the thing that they paid for, and then it's just stuck.
Yeah, I mean that if you got screwed out of real money, that'd be a hard thing to swallow.
So many people. Yeah, well.
Now, when I can pay for a shiny charm in Pokemon Go, oh heck yes, $100, $200, I'm opening my wallet.
Just trade them all away and make your money back. But anyway, yeah. So on the topic of changes to things about the state of the world right now, we've had a ton of event cancellations. So the Play Pokemon events have been cancelled globally until middle of May, and then the World Championships delayed, cancelled until 2021.
Sad.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is sad.
It's unfortunate that they were all cancelled.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're trying to do more tournaments just online now. They've been doing that big time with Sword and Shield, where there's just the online competitions that you can do every month. They might head in a direction more where that's the model, less in person and more online.
I mean, yeah, I do. I just probably the people most upset are the ones who put a lot of time and effort into,
planning the trip,
planning and team building and stuff. And I totally understand, but I do think it was the right decision just based on health concerns.
Because they did say that people who are entitled to go this year can go next year. Or did I imagine that?
It may have, sadly I'll never qualify, so I didn't.
Can you qualify in the online competitions and stuff?
I think you have to go to... I don't think there's a point system, and I don't think you can get points through the online competitions. I think it's really only those in person, the ones you have to register for.
Yeah.
Actually, I should really look up if there's competitions near me, and not right now, but in the future.
Yeah. If they canceled the competition for August, definitely not right now.
So what about, John, big news, the new expansion trailers?
Speaking of Pokemon Sword and Shield and what's next for, main series games.
Pokemon Gun.
There were
April Fool's.
The expansion pass trailers They sent out new ones last week for the first part of the expansion pass, which is coming out in June. And they highlighted the new Gigantamax forms for Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Inteleon. And those new moves, they sort of told us what they did, and they gave us their names. We have Rillaboom with G-Max. What is it? G-Max Drum Solo. Cinderace with G-Max Fireball. Arguably a little less cool than Pyro Ball. And Inteleon with G-Max Hydro Snipe. All three of them basically do the same thing. They're just powerful stab attacks, so same type attack bonus, that ignores the opponent's ability. So if you're hitting a Gastrodon with G-Max Hydro Snipe, you are going to do damage. Storm Drain is ignored. Same thing with Water Absorb.
Or a Lantern with...
Or a Lantern.
Water Absorb.
Water Absorb, yeah. So there's some competitive viability to those abilities. You're going to ignore Sap Sipper as Rillaboom, Flash Fire as Cinderace. In addition to that, they also announced that you can get Leon's Cape and Tights or Cap and Tights.
Yeah, it's Cap. I don't think they're giving away the Cape. That'll be a DLC later.
Yeah, I'll just wear the Cap, I guess. And then they gave us
the Fireball for Cinderace has his face on it.
Is that his face?
Oh, it's his face or the...
I thought it had a personality.
Raboot.
Have you guys ever seen that Castaway?
Ouch.
I thought...
Oh my god, it's Wilson.
I thought that was Wilson. Set on fire and kicked at the enemy.
You just gotta kick the ball and scream Wilson.
The weirdest thing to me was the ears. Like, they just got so long, and it reminded me of Digimon's Terriermon.
I was actually going to say the same thing. Terriermon or Antilamon. Mm-hmm. Or Cherubimon, that whole line.
Yep. I mean, it was cute nonetheless, but...
I think Cinderace's G-Max form is the one... I actually prefer that over his regular form. He's pretty cute.
Wrong. Inteleon's form is best.
I like that it moves out of sports and it feels more like, I don't know how to it's kind of like more like godlike. It feels like this big, powerful fireball bunny instead of like a soccer player.
I don't know how soccer works, but I thought they were standing on flaming balls, so that could have been a misunderstanding on my part.
I do think the Inteleon one's kind of boring, though. It's just...
You couldn't see me roll my eyes, but I did.
It's kind of like each of them stayed their usual size, and then their like props got bigger. Besides like Inteleon's tail.
That's very true.
Which is, I guess that's kind of typical for Gigantamax. It's not just like, okay, now I'm twice, like however many times as big. But still, like, Cinderace is probably going to be like the smallest thing what that Gigantamax is.
True.
Then I just hate Rillaboom. Rillaboom can...
I think Rillaboom's is like one of the most complex G-Max forms. Like with all those drums and stuff. Not saying that I particularly like it, but interesting.
I think bad texture work on that model.
Oh my god.
Can you see that?
I think the interesting thing about Rillaboom's, when we talk about Gigantamax moves, they remove part of the standard Dynamax move. So Max Overgrowth sets Grassy Terrain, but, assuming that when Rillaboom gets its G-Max form, it also gets its hidden ability, then it'll have already set Grassy Terrain, and then it'll just have that extra power in its drum solo. How do we feel about these musician-type Pokemon? We got Toxtricity, we have Rillaboom.
I love Toxtricity's. I like its regular form, I like its G-Max form.
It's probably one of my favorites
I didn't start liking it until like I saw that it like strums its, I don't know, gel-like protrusions on its chest. And I was like, I kind of like that.
Which form did you use? The low key or the?
I like the high. Is it high key, high amped?
Yellow and purple.
The whatever one has.
Do you like yellow or purple?
More active form. It's yellow. I like yellow.
Yep, same.
Yeah, I'm a low key. I like the low key one.
I think that's like the Kurt Cobain of the forms.
Yeah.
I
liked it because it was just. I liked it because I had it shiny, to be honest. That's the real reason.
The truth comes out. I have not. Oh, I did encounter a shiny. I encountered that shiny Machamp, and then it fled in the raid battle, so I still have not caught a shiny, but I did see one.
So you had your first...
Huh?
Was it?
Was it Gigantamax?
Yeah.
Machamp?
Yeah. Which made it even worse when it left, but I didn't want to use my Master Ball.
Not on a Machamp.
No.
So you had your first shiny and your first shiny fail.
Yeah. It was a difficult day. And then now there's a worldwide pandemic, so that kind of started my bad luck. I'm hoping it'll turn around at some point this year. But we are also going to do some questions from viewers. Listeners would be a better word, I suppose. So Sam, what questions did you pick out for us?
So the first question is from that username.
From
I'm not
Lloyd.
even attempt to say that.
It's Lloyd.
Lloyd?
Mm-hmm. But his Twitter handle is WooWeeWoid.
Okay. Well, WooWeeWoid, we love you. So he's asking, or they are asking, who, what is, / are your favorite villains in the main Pokemon game series and why? And then do you have any recommendations on how they could be better after they've been defeated? So Paul, how about you?
I would say my favorite was definitely Team Plasma, just because I'm a Gen 5 guy. And it kind of introduced, I don't know, some interesting, moral intricacies to the Pokemon story. However, I also love Team Magma, not because I love the Earth, because then all my wonderful jungles would be destroyed. But their outfits, even when I was a kid, their outfits are just, oh my god, amazing. I want to wear this as a cosplay thing. And from then on, I knew I'm going to be on, I don't know, whatever the show is with Tim Gunn design show. Because I wanted to be a designer after I saw those outfits. That got a little off topic, but John, what do you think?
So, for similar-ish reasons to that, my favorite villain was actually Chairman Rose. I would say that it's because he's attractive.
I knew that was coming.
So it was mostly that I enjoyed seeing him and sort of talking about the style of him as well. I really liked when he was sort of incognito, just walking around with his sunglasses and his shorts on. Chairman Rose. And he also, in a serious note, he introduced a pretty cool concept of, someone who wanted to do something that he interpreted as, I guess they all do this, proactive and progressive, even though it had pretty catastrophic consequences.
Okay, so sorry, I just need to jump in. I totally misinterpreted the question. I was just thinking all about teams, so I apologize. And I just want to clarify that then it would be Ghetsis would be my favorite villain. So, sorry.
Well, Ghetsis was my runner-up. I really liked Gen 5 as well. But, on account that Chairman Rose looks the way he does, he's my favorite villain. How could he better have been defeated? He could have just admitted he was wrong.
Which he kind of did, didn't he? Or
yeah, I mean, it took one Pokemon battle.
Where did he go? What happened to him?
Oh, he's in jail.
I don't remember what happened.
I assume he's in jail, and that Leon took over for the company, which is kind of random, because what about Oleana?
Okay, she was also kind of weird and psycho, too.
I, wanted to like her, and then the more she, spoke, she just got, strangely angry. So that was hard for me as well.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about this more, this is a good question, because, I'm going to butcher her name, but, Lusamine from Gen 7, she was such an interesting character, too, Now,
which Lusamine, though? Are we going to talk about, Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Ultra
I'm talking Sun and Moon.
Okay.
We're going old school.
So
old school
I agree with
3 years ago.
The original Lusamine had, a really interesting, pretty dark plotline that focused on, her neglect of her children and her fascination. And I felt like that was a pretty dark theme for Pokemon to explore in one of their main series games.
It totally was. Because, I think a lot of kids feel like their parents have such huge expectations that they can never meet. That's not an uncommon thing. So it was surprising, the turn of events that came, and although Lily totally took over our adventure and made it her own, it was just such an interesting story arc. And then Lusamine became half Pokemon for a little bit. Or she was swallowed, at least. So, it was just all around unique and memorable for me.
That was a cool battle, too, when she was inside of that Nihilego.
Mm-hmm. So, Sam, now that I have dominated the conversation, I'll give you 3 seconds. Just kidding.
Cyrus, cool outfit. I like.
You really did have that 3-second soundbite for us.
Yeah. No, yeah, I like Cyrus. I think just he doesn't speak much.
To me, his face was memorable. Outfit. He just looks so evil.
He actually reminds me of my uncle. I don't know why. But
so just as I said he looks evil, you said he reminds me of of your uncle.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry about that.
Well, no, yeah, I just really like him. I like the team as well. I just think he's strange. And how could he be better after he's been defeated? Can you really make an insane psychopath any better? Are we talking better as in improving him or making them a better person?
I think that's a little bit difficult and probably goes beyond the scope of the time that we have here. So
yeah,
what is
I'm not answering that.
What is the second question you had picked out?
So the next question is from Conglomerate. And if you had to remove one type from the game, and in turn all of the Pokemon of said type, even half types, which type would it be?
Ooh. So hard.
John, you can start.
Oh man. So there are definitely types that I have said that I dislike, but when I think about removing even half types, I'm thinking about Psychic type. That to me is a hard call, because then I lose Gardevoir and I lose Hatterene.
Why would you remove a Psychic type?
No, I'm not. That's why I can't, because of the half types. I think that I would have to remove... It's such a boring answer, but I would have to remove Normal type. I just don't feel strongly connected to even the most memorable Normal type Pokemon. Snorlax, Jigglypuff, they're not really my go-tos.
What would they become then?
They disappear.
Oh, you're going even further. You're willing to just destroy.
Yeah, no, but look, if you...
Okay,
it said it. If you...
No,
you do have to Thanos it.
I read it wrong as well at first. They have to go, and the type has to go.
If you had to remove one type and in turn all Pokemon of said type, even half types.
Did you think that we had to turn them into another type?
I was thinking, I was thinking that we were turning into a different type. I was like, okay, let's get rid of rock because there's ground.
Oh, that's fair. No, but if we had to eliminate all Thanos Snap one type, what would you do, Paul?
This is gonna be totally selfish. But fire types. Because they're super effective against grass and bug types. So, sorry, no regrets. Sam?
Ooh, maybe dark type. Just because, I don't know. I do quite like dark type, but I don't really think there's...
Think about Drapion.
Who?
The poison dark scorpion?
I thought he was bug. Okay.
Oh, well...
That just proves how much I care.
No, I was right.
My answer.
I was right, it was poison dark.
Probably is.
And what about...
Oh, yeah, he grows...
What about Skuntank? Sorry, John.
Oh! No.
What about a Alolan Persian?
Okay, Alolan Persian can go. If there were a Alolan Persian near me, I would just have to try poking with a pin to see if it's like air would come out of its head or something.
Yeah, I can't really think of any memorable dark types.
Toxicroak?
Dark.
Malamar?
Okay.
Wait.
No.
What about...
Grimmsnarl. What have I done?
Yeah. Or Impidimp.
No takebacks. Sam, you dug your grave and now lay in it. And Darkrai.
Well, you did get rid of Incineroar, so there's plenty of competitive Pokemon players who will be happy about that.
Okay. Sam gets 1 good point for his choice. And Shiftry, too. Shiftry is actually one of my favorite grass-type Pokemon. Greninja can go, though.
Yeah. Greninja's got a very angular design on its face.
Yeah. I think that we are definitely going to have to chat next time about some Pokemon designs in Animal Crossing. I would like to see if we can find some good ones to share. And let's not start talking about Animal Crossing, because then we really will not stop.
Oh, dear.
So we're going to do like an animal crossover with Pokemon?
Yes.
Be punny.
Like the Psyduck and Squirtle hats designs that I shared last night on Twitter.
Just as an FYI, I had made my own Psyduck hat that is so much worse than that one. So thank you for sharing that.
You know what? I'm sure your mom would have liked it, John.
I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would be proud of that and the fact that I thought it was cool to make it shiny by just changing it to light blue. I'm doing great.
We can turn that into our homework for this week, these next 2 weeks, just to come up with a few, 2 or 3 that we like ourselves to talk about.
Yeah, and maybe we can design one if we're feeling spunky.
Let's give that a go.
I actually, in my house in Animal Crossing, I have one cushion with a DIY design of each of the starters that I chose.
Did you tweet about that? Because I think I saw it.
Yeah, I did. I tweeted, but I hadn't finished yet. I had to order more cushions.
Yeah, it looked nice from what I saw.
It's actually pretty easy to take like a pixel art and just go, pixel by pixel copying. That's what I did, and it worked out.
Sam, do you have anything else that you wanted to fit in here?
So we have our... I forgot the word. April Fools. Happy April Fools.
Happy
1st.
April Fools from PokéJungle.
We are not becoming PokéJungle. We are not becoming PokéJungle.
Although, and I already talked to John about this earlier before we start recording. Because of the response, I'm thinking about actually just throwing up some Digimon news. Like if there's, interesting news.
A ton of people.
Yeah, because why not?
I was
honestly,
pretty surprised by that.
Yeah.
I mean, I fell for it. I'll speak for all the people who fell for the April Fool's joke and say that I was very excited. And I read it and I was like, whoa, how have I not heard about this? This is going to be great.
I forgot to tell you.
Did you do any of our older ones, John? Our older April Fools? What have we had so far?
The Diamond and Pearl one was our most successful.
The Diamond and Pearl one?
I mean, that YouTube video still gets views.
Does it?
Yeah.
I expect payment from this then.
Don't hold your breath.
Where is this?
But basically, anyway, It was a joke, but we'll probably cover some Digimon stuff, maybe just on social media, maybe actually on the real site. But then the other thing that I wanted to bring up is that we will be posting some Animal Crossing content, some guides and stuff going forward. So you guys can look forward to more coverage, more news from the website.
Enjoy.